LeBron James. From his 4 NBA championship wins, 4 MVP awards, and multiple Olympic medals, there's no doubt that LeBron James is one of the biggest names in the sport. But when did this legend really enter the conversation of the NBA GOATs? Stick around, and we'll dive into the game that catapulted LeBron James into the stratosphere of basketball stardom. If you asked the Los Angeles Lakers when he really became a star, what moment would you think he'd point out? Well, TNT's Kenny Smith had a chance to sit down to James before the 2022 NBA All-Star Game and ask him just the answer. But LeBron's answer might surprise you. Of all the incredible games he's played over the years, LeBron knew he was the GOAT when he led the Cleveland Cavaliers to that unforgettable NBA title in 2016. But to be fair, he was destined for greatness since he was a kid. Playing in local leagues, he quickly became the best player around. But the thing is, James just didn't play basketball. He studied the history of the sport. He realized that even the greatest players had idols, so he found his own in Michael Jordan, Ken Griffey Jr., and Deion Sanders. These legends weren't just amazing athletes. Their commitment and joy inspired young LeBron, and he made these traits his own. LeBron attended St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron and played on the varsity basketball team starting his freshman year. He quickly became the star, leading them to 3 state championships in 4 years. By his senior year, his popularity had skyrocketed. The demand to see him play was so high that his team's games had to be moved to the University of Akron. National recognition followed. LeBron's exceptional skills earned him the National High School Player of the Year award, and he was dubbed the Chosen One. In an interview with Coach K, LeBron mentioned that this title came from a local magazine during his sophomore year. If being dubbed the Chosen One wasn't enough pressure, LeBron also faced the spotlight of some of the first ever televised high school games on ESPN. Talk about a high-stakes debut. LeBron knew then and there that if he wanted to make it into the NBA, he had to commit 1,000%. And boy, did he commit. Flashback to January 15th, 2003. During a match between St. Vincent St. Mary High School and R.J. Reynolds High School in Greensboro, North Carolina, LeBron James, number 23, dribbled up the court, directed his team with natural leadership that would define his career. In 2003, at just 18 years old, LeBron was drafted first overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers, becoming the youngest player ever to be drafted in the NBA. He wasted no time proving his worth, averaging 20.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.9 assists per game his rookie season. His stellar performance earned him the NBA Rookie of the Year award, the first Cavalier to snag this award. Over the next few years, LeBron continued to rise, establishing himself as one of the league's best. By his 3rd season, he led the Cavaliers to the playoffs, only to be eliminated in the 2nd round. But in 2007, he took them to the NBA Finals. Although they were swept by the San Antonio Spurs, LeBron's performance was nothing short of impressive, earning him the title of the youngest player to win the NBA scoring title. Despite LeBron's incredible stats, the Cavaliers struggled to clinch a championship. In 2010, as a free agent, he made the controversial decision to join the Miami Heat. Fans in Cleveland were furious, but LeBron teamed up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh to form the Big Three, a trio expected to dominate the league. And dominate they did. In 2014, the Miami Heat's Big Three, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh, stood together before a game against the San Antonio Spurs, a testament to their powerhouse collaboration. In his first season with the Miami Heat, LeBron struggled to mesh with his new team, facing heavy criticism for his playoff performance. The 2011 Finals ended in dramatic fashion. The Heat were up 9 points in the final 4 minutes, but the Dallas Mavericks caught fire. With just 5 seconds remaining, Dirk Nowitzki sliced through the defense and scored the game-winning left-handed layup, knocking the Heat out. Many blamed the still adapting LeBron for the loss, but King James was far from finished. He bounced back in spectacular fashion, leading the Heat to back-to-back championships in 2012 and 2013, earning NBA Finals MVP both years. Talk about redemption. Then came 2014. LeBron made a heartfelt return to Cleveland, declaring he would do what makes my city happy, and that's why I came back. His homecoming was a mix of cheers and skepticism, but the Cavaliers welcomed him with open arms. Upon returning, LeBron felt immense pressure to end Cleveland's 52-year championship drought. He led the Cavaliers to the NBA Finals, but they fell to the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. This defeat only fueled LeBron's determination. Fast forward to 2016. The Cavaliers faced the Warriors again in the finals. After Golden State won Game 4, the world believed the series was over. No one had ever come back from a 3-1 deficit in the finals. Plus, these were the Warriors, a powerhouse squad that dominated the regular season with a record-breaking 73 wins, surpassing Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls. Yet, LeBron and the Cavs weren't ready to fold. What happened next was nothing short of legendary, because this is when LeBron took his game from a typically high level to an otherworldly realm. His stat lines in the decisive contest were insane. 41 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks in Game 5. 41 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 4 steals, and 3 blocks in Game 6, and 27 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks in Game 7. Only the third triple-double ever in Game 7 of the Finals. His critical block on Andre Iguodala with less than 2 minutes left in Game 7, with the scores tied, might not be universally acknowledged as the signature moment of his career, but it should be. As the players on the floor traded missed baskets and fought through exhaustion, it was Cleveland's 103rd game of the marathon season, the 106th for Golden State. It seemed that the team that scored next would win. When Stephen Curry found Iguodala wide open for an easy 2, LeBron seemingly transported 45 feet in 2 seconds to pin the ball against the backboard. It was a jaw-dropping display of athleticism and instinct that only he could make. No one has ever closed an NBA Finals like this, especially not against a 73-win team. Given the caliber of the opponent, the magnitude of the deficit, and what it took to reverse it, it's not completely unreasonable to call it the greatest comeback in sports history. There has never been anyone with as broad a skill set as James, who became the first player ever to lead both teams in all 5 major statistical categories: points, rebounds, assists, steals, and block shots over the course of an entire playoff series. LeBron James didn't just win a championship for Cleveland, he cemented his legacy as one of the greatest to ever play the game. Facing a 3-1 deficit, the Cavs pulled off the unthinkable, becoming the first team in NBA history to come back and win the finals. LeBron's legendary performance earned him his 3rd NBA Finals MVP, and that's the moment where the LeBron versus Michael Jordan debate really took off. Now, I won't deny both sides have fair points. Jordan was seen as an everyman with superhuman abilities, while LeBron is often viewed as a genetic marvel. In fact, a lot of the hate towards LeBron stems from the perception that he's always been a prodigy, lust from day one. I mean, agents and shoe companies were after him even before he hit high school. On the flip side, Jordan's story is legendary. He didn't even make the varsity team until his sophomore year, which is often seen as the spark that fueled his relentless drive to greatness. So, Jordan's brilliance is seen as something he fought tooth and nail for, while LeBron's talents are sometimes seen as preordained. In reality, few athletes face as much misguided criticism as LeBron. His life story epitomizes the American dream. Raised by a single mom in a modest Akron apartment, he worked tirelessly to hone his craft, found success early, and has been richly rewarded. LeBron has navigated the rise of social media, where every move is scrutinized with grace, excelling both on and off the court. James has often faced harsh criticism of his occasional missteps, such as his controversial decision special when he announced his move to Miami. While the broadcast was seen as tacky, the backlash was surprisingly severe. Even after his standout performances, like his heroic showing in the 2016 Finals, the criticism persists. Still, there's no denying LeBron's trajectory. He's on track to be considered the greatest basketball player ever. By the age of 31, LeBron had already achieved an impressive resume: 3 NBA titles and 4 MVP awards, numbers that stack up well against Jordan's accomplishments at the same age. While some debate Jordan's perfect record in the finals, others highlight LeBron's ability to lead weaker teams to the championship round. Most recently, in February 2023, LeBron cemented his legacy by becoming the NBA's all-time leading scorer, surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 38,388 points. His success isn't about the numbers. It's rooted in his team-first mentality and his relentless dedication to improving his game since high school. LeBron's commitment to training and injury prevention have been pivotal in shaping his enduring career. So, what do you think? Does LeBron's 2016 comeback cement his legacy as the GOAT? Or does he still have a long way to go? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're enjoying this deep dive into LeBron's legacy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more sports updates. Until next time.